Today I'm going to come to the most important part, to give you the heart of the teachings. So the entire teaching of Buddha, really a great master called Sogyal Rinpoche, when he began the most important teachings for me, he began by saying that entire teaching of Buddha is summed up in the single statement by Buddha, that is Rangi Semde Yongsundu. That's in Tibetan, which when you translate English, Rang means oneself. Sem means mind or heart. Yons means thoroughly. Ndur is to tame, to subjugate, to conquer or transform. In fact, the entire teaching of Buddha is summed up in one statement, Buddha: to tame, transform, conquer this mind of ours. That's why His Holiness Dalai Lama more recently has been saying again and again, what is Buddhism? He said, Buddhism is about transforming the mind. Main thing is Buddhism about transforming the mind. Transforming the mind. And so, the amazing thing about this is, if you transform your mind, what happens? What does it do when you transform your mind? Main impact is it transforms your perception and your experience. You understand? If you're able to do that, that even the circumstance and appearance will change. Because everything is about perception, isn't it? We perceive. It's very personal. As I always say, happiness does not exist objectively. Otherwise, a lot of rich people may have bought it already, There was one thing I was going to say, is that in this modern times, the biggest suffering we have is mental suffering. In this, the contribution of really Buddhism in general, particularly Tibetan Buddhism, is that it got an incredible understanding and experience and understanding of mind. Just in the West, developed material technology, scientific technology. In the laboratory of the Himalayas, the best Tibetan minds developed the science of mind, which are as precise as science. That's incredible. Tibet, even the population is relatively small, but what they produced, incredible. The quality of literature, amount of literature there is, incredible. And the amount of incredible creative geniuses. In fact, there were ones who could even there were some who were called the Leonardo da Vinci of Tibet. They could make cannon, watches, all kinds of things, but they all destroyed it. This will only distract people. Incredible Tibetan, and people don't know that. If you look into Tibetan, the culture, it's not just, and it's not really, it's so learned, incredible, and very open. Very open and incredible. So that the understanding of mind is incredible. That's where the uniqueness of that. That's why now His own Dalai Lama, under his guidance, there's been a really incredible thing happening with scientists. Deep research that's happening, which now it's already very well known. Many of the top scientists, and there was all researches done in many of the great universities, such as Wisconsin and others, on meditation, because there was, science always knew about connection between mind and matter, but it's not dwelled very deeply into that. You got a little paper there. Recent years, thanks to the initiative of Dalai Lama and many other, scientists have been working with Buddhist teachers, practitioners to study the effects of meditation and compassion on physical and mental health. Research has shown that practicing meditation and compassion can actually alter the structure, that the neuroplasticity and the function of the brain. Studies done on experienced practitioners, those who practice for more than 10,000 hours, found changes in the parts of the brain important for cognitive and emotional processing, for happiness and well-being. In fact, a number of them were friends of mine. One of them is Sogyal Rinpoche. He actually had one of the best results. They also reveal a significant increase in the activity of the parts of the brain associated with positive emotions, the readiness to jump into action to help others. So what was amazing is that not only the parts of the brain which are associated with positive emotion were more active while practicing meditation and compassion, but even afterwards, when they're not practicing, these areas are still lit up. They found that when you practice like this, it like not only it brings the kind of, a positive part of your emotion part of your brain, but then also negative parts are almost like out of order. And not only this happens while you're practicing, but even when you're not practicing, it's all lit up. So that means they have permanent damage on their brain, meaning they're always happy. The great master said, happiness without reason. Because our happiness always with the reason, dualistic. Because somebody did something then and you're happy. This is the non-dual happiness, which is not dependent upon circumstances, that comes from within. The true training mind, that can happen. Then, but you may wonder, but I can't do 10,000 hours, okay? So maybe there's no hope for me. But then later research have shown that studies have also shown that training in meditation and compassion has noticeable effect even on people who don't practice very much, like us. For example, just practicing compassion and meditation for as little as half an hour a day over a period of 2 months has been shown to have a measurable impact on parts of brain connected with happiness and well-being. Other benefits include boosting the body's immune system, improving the brain's capacity to concentrate for extended period of time, reducing blood pressure, improving heart function. It's good for the heart. And lowering levels of stress hormones, improving the capacity to deal with stressful situations, and not only improving the capacity to deal with stressful situations, but even uncomfortable physical conditions, and reducing the symptom of depression and anxiety. These are good, no? Yeah. These are the impacts of meditation and practice. But then going on deeper level, if you tame your mind, conquer and transform your mind, then you'll be able to transform your perception, your experience, then even the circumstances and outer appearance will begin to change and appear differently. As I mentioned to you, happiness is only subjective to one's experience and doesn't exist objectively. Something amazing about mind is that it's very open. As you know, Dharma often says, the wonderful quality of the mind is that it can always be transformed. He quoted the great Kadamba master. The wonderful quality of mind is that it can always be transformed. There's always hope. Whenever you have difficulties really a practitioner knows that whenever you have fear, in fact Buddha said, all fear and anxiety come from a mind that's untamed. You know, the President Roosevelt during the Depression, he said, the only thing you fear is the fear itself. But Buddha said something deeper. He said, only thing you fear is your untamed mind. Meaning, it's not sometimes that we always look at the symptom of fear and things like that, but actually go back to the root, is that mind needs to be transformed. In fact, the mind that needs to be transformed is the mind of confusion, negative thoughts, emotions, projections, stories, and judgmental mind, prejudices, opinions, and attitude. These are. Whereas the essence of the nature of mind is already perfect. The whole point of the teaching is to transform our ordinary mind, to realize our true nature, which is already perfect. A good example is the sky and the cloud. Sky is our true nature, the Buddha mind. In fact, clouds are like ordinary life. In fact, Buddha himself said, all sentient beings that like us, from the He Vajratantra, he said, sentient beings that us are Buddhas. Only thing is they're obscured by adventitious stains. Once these stains are removed, they are Buddha indeed. So, sentient beings, in the ultimate nature, they are Buddhas. But yet they are obscured by adventitious stains. And what is adventitious stain? Tibetan Lubru. Adventitious stain means that stains are not inherent to ultimate nature. Just as cloud is not in the nature of sky. In fact, Dingu Khyentse Rinpoche used to say, cloud depend on sky non-dependently. If you really look at it, there's no connection between sky and the clouds. They are completely different. Sky is true nature, whereas the delusion which are cloud-like are not inherent to our true nature. Which is good news, because it's inherent, then it's permanent. And because it's not inherent, because it's temporary, it is purifiable. You got it? Yeah. It's purifiable. It's such a great news. Sometimes through meditation practice, when we overcome our ordinary mind, even in our meditation experience, we can go beyond ordinary mind into the state of transcendence, where we have an incredible view of things. So whole point of the teaching is to transform ordinary mind, realize our true nature, which is already perfect. When we come to know our true mind, the Buddha mind, then we can easily let go of ordinary mind of confusion, story. It means when you come in Buddhist teachings, the most important is coming to know the nature of mind, ultimate nature of mind, which is who really are. When you have a glimpse of that, then we can easily let go of our confusion mind of ego. Because just now we don't know anything other than that. Since we do not know anything, we hold on to. When we don't know who we really are, in confusion, we grasp onto our ordinary mind with all its complications.